right. Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Sheila Tillich, and I am a Master-Instructor trainer for Integrated Energy Therapy. And I am a trainer for the Center of Being that actually developed IET. So I'm glad to have you all here today. And I actually have 3 of IET students and also clients that I've had. So I just thought I would pop in tonight and do this real quick little video here with some of my girls or some of my beautiful, beautiful earth angels that are out there. So who would like to start first? Johanna, would you like to start first? And just share your experience, how you found IET. And
yes, I am so grateful. Okay, hi everybody. My name is Johanna or Joanna. I go by both. I met Sheila a couple years ago through the Lightworkers connection on Facebook. I had been listening to Cryon for a few years and I really felt connected. I felt settled. I felt comforted. And I felt like this is the only thing I resonate with for now in like 2015 back then. So I searched on Facebook for this Lightworkers group because the name really spoke to my heart. And I see this group that was formed in Rochester, New York. And I was like, I'm going to check this out. And lo and behold, it's Sheila had put it together, just like Adironda said that she does. And I was just hooked. I started coming to the Lightworkers group circle meeting. And it was at the beginning of lockdown last year. So we were all needing support and all needing the community and just hearts gathering and stories shared and being real people. Like, this is what I'm going through, let's be positive and let's just walk with each other through it. Mm-hmm. So that's how I met Sheila. Then Sheila introduced me to IET and I was like, oh, it's Reiki. And she's like, no. So she explained that it's higher than Reiki. It's like a galactic, angelic infusion of frequency. Okay. And I was like, this sounds really interesting. So I started asking more questions and I was like, what is this? How can it help me? How is it different than therapy and Reiki and massage and all of that? And she's like, it takes out all of the issues in your tissues from your past lifetimes through your DNA, and you imprint all of this good stuff like love and trust and empowerment and freedom. And I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, this sounds like something I can believe in. And I started to ask more questions. And then I would show up in like group gatherings like this and ask other people questions like, how was your session? How did you feel after your first session? Like, what did you experience? So my first session, I think, was sometime last year with Sheila. And we could do it remotely, which was great. And I remember feeling this tingling sensation through my body. And I felt like somebody was pouring like starlight glitter throughout my entire body energy field, like inside, outside, just like this purple starlight glitter. And I was like, huh, I've never felt this before. And I started to feel cleaner. I started to feel like all of this gunk that I had been carrying, like shame and guilt and fear and anger, it just started to like pour out of me. And like this light and this good feeling started to come in, and I was more sure of myself. I didn't have to convince myself either. That's the awesome thing. I didn't have to like do any like convincing, because it was real, and it is real, and it continues, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So I just finished my intensive workshop weekend with Sheila in September, and I did my first IET session on my sister this weekend. And at first it was so great because she had a lot of blocks in her body, you know, a lot of like cement kind of just not wanting to move, like cinder blocks. So I asked for a pink bubble, which is extra help from the angels, from the star mothers, from the healers. And I did the pink bubble and I was like, boom. And I remember feeling in my heart, like, this is working. All I have to do is the movements and the angels have the rest. Like they can do it through me. And it worked because then I saw a rainbow star twirling like this at my sister's base chakra, like the one behind Sheila. It was the triangle Merkaba circular or spinning star right at her stomach, which is her down by her root chakra. And I was like, Lauren, I just saw a titanium rainbow star swirling. And she's like, oh, cool. But then today she came over and we were talking and she said, I think you did something because I feel less angry. I don't feel as hurt. I feel lighter. And I said, let's do some more sessions soon. So I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to be on this journey. And I'm forever grateful to Sheila for being the IET conduit that you are, and just for continuing the good work. And so I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Johanna. You're such a joy. And for those of you out there, I want to explain a little bit what IET is, a little bit more. And these other beautiful Earth Angels are going to share their experience too. But IET is about releasing the issues in your tissues. Absolutely. And also releasing the trauma without the drama. That's the easiest way of saying it. And every single one of us have energy imprints, you know, negative and positive in our field, but most of it is that we've carried from other lifetimes, more of a negative imprints that affects our lives today. So what IET does is it actually goes in one layer at a time and releases all the negativity, and then it puts the positivity back in, what your actually divine matrix is, you know, your divine soul. And it's wonderful. It helps you awaken your DNA. In other words, your spiritual divineness that you have inside you. And it is the quantum energy. It is different than Reiki. And it deals with universal energy and the frequency of Mother Earth. And that's why it's a quantum frequency. It's a violet flame, higher violet frequency that is quantum. And that is how the angels, we actually have 9 angels of the energy field that we work with that actually use this energy from Mother Earth and the universal energy. And they actually use the practitioner as a conduit. So the practitioner actually is in between the client and actually goes into the person's DNA or their cellular memory, where all things are stored from eons. Everything you've experienced is energy. Right? So it has to do with the energy field. I absolutely love IET. I love teaching IET. What I love the most is empowering others to heal themselves. IET is about you healing and your own self-healing journey. What does that mean? It means your energetic potential as a soul. And as you start to evolve, all right, and deal with these things, you start to vibrate at higher frequency, and then your purpose can actually come forward. And that's what's great about IET. And there's so much more besides what I teach, but let me go ahead and let some of the other ladies speak. So Rhonda, would you like to share a little bit about your experience with IET?
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Very good. Yes, I was very jumbled in my thinking. This wasn't too long after my mother had died, and I had a lot of tension going on in my family. Well, actually for years, but it all caught up with me. And I mean, I found my thinking was slow. I was having trouble forming words. I was just stressed out, basically. And Sheila did persuaded me to come to the class. And what's comical is that I didn't feel anything.
You think.
Yeah, I wasn't consciously aware of any change, except she said, drink a lot of water the next couple days. So there were definitely some blockages. I probably still have a couple, but the worst ones I think have are taken healed. But I started noticing I was getting more relaxed and being more comfortable within my own skin, and just allowing myself to be myself. It was very healing for me. And when we also learned how to perform the IET on other people, and I was just amazed. I mean, one of the comments I got was, "You really have hot hands." I mean, I guess they really heated up, but I didn't feel it. So Sheila took us all through the process, and I'm just like going with the flow, not feeling a thing, not even knowing what I'm doing, but trusting that the process worked, and it did, and it does. So I'm ever so grateful. Sheila and I lost touch for many years and finally reconnected. So, everything happens in God's time. So she told me what she did, and these are things I've been researching on and off for over the years. So the IET was able to help me, and I'm very grateful for that, because I've opened up, and I've let go of some things that were really holding me back. So that's about what I have to say on that one.
I just realized I was muted. Sorry about that.
What did you say?
I said I was muted. Rhonda, I'm just so grateful for having you in my life, and the changes that have come over you is very noticeable.
To you.
And
yeah, I feel the same.
Yes, so many people, is that you've blossomed, you've opened up since when you first started into what you're doing now. So
yeah,
I'm so grateful to have you in my life. So thank you.
Well, I'm grateful for you too, my dear.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So we have our dear Tracy. Tracy, would you like to share?
Oh, sure. I want to piggyback on something that Rhonda had said. Healing it's like an onion. Like it's a process of delayering an onion. So as an onion has a lot of layers, so does your healing. And I think that IET is it's one of those, if you could push a fast forward button into healing, because it's so specific, IET is that fast forward button. You take myself, for example, somebody that was broken and wounded and just has experienced a lot of trauma in my life, to going to an IET class that Sheila invited me to, and I only did it because she was my friend and asked me to go. but I walked out having a healing that is still resounding in my life today. And this was, I think, probably 2 or 3 years ago that I went through the classes 1, 2, and 3 on a quick weekend with Sheila. But I can tell you now that the joy that I have in my life is so complete, and it's so just it's in every layer. Like I don't have nightmares anymore. I haven't had a single nightmare, and as long as I can talk, as long as I can remember, my anxiety in public places almost completely gone. I'm able to go out to dinner on a Friday and a Saturday night, which I've never been able to do. I can throw myself into new situations that in the past I wouldn't. I would just ignore it and be like, yeah, okay, next time. But I think IET has a lot to do with that. And I do have my certification to be able to practice IET, which I love, because every time you practice IET on somebody, you also get more healing for yourself. So whatever blockages are being removed in their lives, you're receiving that freedom as well. And I love that. I love that, to be able to do that. I don't necessarily work as much in the IET because of just location right now. However, it is something that I practice on a daily basis, and just doing my own body scan and just going through with that. I highly recommend taking Sheila's class. She's not only a friend, but she's a spiritual mentor and a mother to me. And I think that when you come into Sheila's presence, you come underneath her wing, and she is one to really guide and direct you. So here's
Oh
to
my
you, Sheila,
goodness.
and good luck with
Oh, thank you, Tracy. Thank you. I'm just so blessed. I really am. I'm so blessed to have all three of you in your life. And Tracy, you waited quite a while before you took your master's level.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. And the difference in you since you took your master's is phenomenal too.
yeah.
It really is. And so there are four different levels of IET. The three are the first basic, and then intermediate and advanced. And after you take those, then you can actually take the master class, which is the higher frequency. And with that, you have special techniques that you can use. And that's what Tracy was talking about, is that even though she doesn't practice it on other people, she practices it on herself. And those are the techniques that you learn in the masters, and it really keeps you right on spot as far as keeping in the energy for yourself. And as I said before, IET is about your own self-healing. It is standardized certification programs. So if you choose to be a practitioner, you can. However, most people aren't. And it's about your own healing and making your life come alive with all this new energy and this new frequency that you have inside your body, which is great. That's what I love about IET. All the things that have held you back from moving forward are released, and you see things in a whole different light now, because you are different. Your whole frequency has changed. Your DNA has changed. And Tracy is exactly right, is that every time you do a healing on somebody else, you get healed at the same time. If you have the same issues, and we have many layers of those onions. And as I share, I like to call them the rose petals, because they're beautiful essences down deep inside. We're not a stinky onion, but a lot of us understand the onion concept of releasing the layers. And so the more you do it, the more you're in the frequency, the more you evolve, and your life gets better and better. That's where your purpose comes in. Your frequency changes, and you change, and you evolve, which is great. So with that, I do have some classes coming up. I have my intensive workshop, which is the 3 levels, and it's a 2.5-day workshop. It's a Friday night from 5 to 10, and then all day Saturday and all day Sunday. And I also have a master's class, which is actually a 2-day class, and it's a little bit different, totally different than the actual 3 levels. But I do have a master's class coming November 6th and 7th for those who are already certified in the 3 levels. There's still openings there. And I also have the intensive workshop, which is November 19th, 20th, and 21st. Right. So it's a wonderful way of bringing in the holidays. It's a beautiful gift for yourself, and 2022 is going to be an awesome year. Totally awesome. I can feel it now. I know it. I know it. And I love helping other people find their path, whatever it is. It helps you understand yourself better. And all people take IET, not just people that want to be practitioners. So I encourage you to check it all out. My Facebook, my website is SheilaTillich.com, and you can go to the events and find out, actually register for the classes there. And also all my other events that I have, which these ladies know about those. I have the Lightworkers Connection, and which is for light workers, people that are awakened to their divinity and who they are, and they want to connect with like-minded people. male and female. It's also free. All right, that's twice a month. You can find that on my events page. And also I have the Lemurian Sisterhood. The Lemurian Sisterhood is a very divine sisterhood where we actually remembering our Akashic lifetimes, our divinity, who we really are, and actually living as Shaw women. In other words, the frequency that we give out to humanity and how we live our lives. So the sisterhood is also on my website, and that is also free. So energy is free, right? So we're there building a community together and doing this together. So I encourage you to check out everything, check out all the groups, and definitely check out the classes. And also, I do have specials this fall. I have 3 different packages, and I have $50 off the one package, which is the release package. And then I have $100 off for the actual heal package, which is the middle package. And then also I have $100 off the evolve package, which is a bigger package. So check that out. And I hope to see you all someday. Thank you so much, my beautiful, beautiful Earth Angels. I am so blessed to have all of you in my life. Thank you for being here tonight and sharing with us. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us. Bye-bye.